Right, so here's the last part of the new Weirwood stages. For a final stage, this is honestly a bit underwhelming, to be honest. It's not too difficult at all. The fight itself, honestly, might either be bugged or just designed to be easily exploited for it to be this way though. So you've got 4 units here, all of their own abilities. There's a ton of tooltips, a ton of information. All of them have health recovery on attacks, so the anti-heal from Winton's passive is pretty effective here. This infantry applies a buff to everyone on his side that reduces normal attack damage by 80%, so a little different to the skill damage reduction we've seen previously. But the same counter is what we have. Winton's active, removes the buff from everyone it hits, so we just keep using that at the right time until this guy dies. The Cav, he just does more healing, nothing too interesting. And the Spear applies a pretty strong debuff to all 6 of your commanders as soon as the fight starts, so we use Jean for the cleanse on our active to get rid of this immediately. And then we look at the Night King's abilities, and they read very, very complicated. His first ability is a line attack that stacks up defense. We can just remove this buff with Winton again. His second ability is just AoE damage. Honestly, it's very little. You can see we literally put Jean into a counter matchup down there at the bottom because it's that irrelevant. We do this just because we want as much normal attack damage stacked up to kill the infantry first at the top. Since this is a DPS check fight without a real healing check. And then the next 3 abilities are where it gets interesting. The specifics of them are honestly slightly irrelevant. The important part is the 60, 70, and 80% health. He executes a random ally. But if he's the only ally left alive when he reaches one of these health thresholds, he just executes himself. So when he hits 800,000 health, if he's all that's left alive, he will immediately die. And that's the goal in this fight, to avoid damaging him whilst you kill everything else, and then you get him to kill himself. It's a little dark really, damn. And then here's the fight. I'm just going to put it in 2 times speed because this fight lasts forever, and there honestly isn't even much to analyze. It's very simple. When the fight starts, you want to hit all 6 commanders if possible with Jean's active to remove that debuff from the Spearman. And you want to hold off on the first Winton active until you see the normal attack reduction pop up over the infantry's health bar. And then you hit him along with clipping the 2 in the middle of it. And you just keep burning him down. Every Sheila active on him, every Sabrina active, hit all 4 of Obanes. And then when the infantry dies, you want to shift all your actives onto the Spearman. Because when the Cav dies, all the auto attacks from Sheila and Sabrina will start going on the Night King. You want to avoid as much damage on him as possible so he doesn't hit 80% health yet. You need to delay that for as long as you can. If the Night King didn't execute himself here, this fight would be crazy. You feel like you're really rushed for time and then suddenly he just dies. It's kind of funny. But that's all there is to it, right? That's all the new fights and the new stages of the Weirwood Tree. Hopefully you found these videos helpful in some way. Hopefully it hasn't been too much of a struggle for you. I know it can take a fair few attempts to get the execution right sometimes, and that can be frustrating. But if you got here, well done. Good job. You're all done.